Hey folks, it's me, Brannon Beliso again, and I welcome you to It's Time. Today I want to talk to you about defining your values. Defining your values. What does that mean? Well, first let's talk about values. Values are everything from integrity, to always do your best, to honesty, to always tell the truth, to maybe family. Family is one of those values that's very important to you. But again, only you can define those values. I think that's very, very important. In the book Good to Great by Jim Collins. You want to read a great book? Read Jim Collins' Good to Great. You know, he's a PhD at Stanford, I believe, in business. And he studied all these companies that have been around hundreds of years to newer companies that have been around in the past decade. And he found no matter what the business trend, what products they were selling, what economic state, the one thing that remained consistent were their values. You see that picture? And hell or high water, these successful companies that have endured and the test of time and been very successful do not compromise their values under any circumstance. It's their moral compass, it's their foundation, it's the one thing that keeps them on the straight and narrow. And I think that's important because if I have a strong foundation, I can build anything upon it. But if I'm always flipping, flopping on my values, then I think I put myself in a very challenging position to grow not only my business, but to grow my personal life. And at the end of the day, when I put my head down on the pillow, I got to be cool with what I did. You feel me? So when you think about that, again, it's a very inward journey, one that I talk about a lot. You have to be willing to go inward. And remember, your values are not somebody else's values. See, if you can visualize this, you were born perfectly. And then one day somebody said, good Brannon, bad Brannon. Oh, first set of values. If I want your approval, I better behave like this. We won't talk about the bully at school. We won't talk about the first girl that broke my heart. We won't talk about, MTV came along. We'll talk about all these different things defining who my values should be to be accepted by society. So it's really about peeling away all those layers to get back to your truer self where those values live. In that movie Shrek, it's pretty funky when Shrek says an ogre's like an onion, right? You got all these layers, and when you peel away all these layers of the onions, eventually you get down to a nothingness. So you peel away media, you peel away unauthorized thought patterns, as I call them, fed to you by a bully, fed to you by a teacher, fed to you by a parent, and you get to your core self. That's where those values live. And it's from that core self, free of all those unauthorized thinking, free of all those thoughts, that you can begin to really define your values for you and build from there. Cool? So it's kind of an overview. I'm going to dig into that more in the next few videos that I talk to you. All right? So this is Brannon Beliso. I hope you subscribe to my YouTube channel right here. Share it with all your friends. Let them know we're here, that it's time with me, Brannon Beliso. Cool? Until we talk again, you go out there and make a difference.